In the middle of 2021 year, a group of researchers managed to find the mysterious wreckage at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, in a place that is known throughout the world as the Bermuda Triangle. There is a possibility that the wreckage belongs to the infamous Link 19, a group of 5 U.S. Air Force bomber aircraft. This incident, which occurred at the end of the year 1945, is considered one of the most mysterious disappearances in history. 5 torpedo bomber planes were making a training flight off the coast of Florida. A few hours later, communication with the crews was lost, and all 5 aircraft and 14 crew members disappeared without a trace. Among the surviving conversations of the pilots are these words: "Everything looks strange, even the ocean." A rescue plane with 13 people on board, which was sent to rescue, also goes missing a few hours later. What happened to all the aircraft and crew members remains a mystery to this day. If the finds made by researchers recently did belong to Link 19, it might lead to an explanation for the mysterious disappearance that occurred 70 years ago. This mysterious story is only one of many that have occurred in that part of the Atlantic Ocean called the Bermuda Triangle. In the last century alone, there have been dozens of mysterious disappearances of planes and ships, and if you take the time span of several centuries, the number of cases exceeds hundreds. In this video, we will tell you about the most mysterious cases that occurred in the Bermuda Triangle. The disappearance of the ship Cyclops. In the year 1918, a U.S. Navy ship sailed from Brazil to the shores of the United States. The ship was called the Cyclops, and at the time it was the largest and fastest ship of the U.S. Navy. It had 309 men on board and carried thousands of tons of cargo. And this huge ship disappeared into the waters of the Bermuda Triangle without a trace. Neither human remains, nor the wreckage of the ship, nor any details of the cargo have yet been found. And it is known that in 1918, Cyclops managed to go almost halfway. It left the port of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil and then made a stop on the island of Barbados. The ship was never seen again after leaving Barbados. In addition to the absence of wreckage, the fact that the ship did not give any distress signals adds to the mystery. A U.S. Navy spokesman at the time called the Cyclops incident the most mysterious incident in American naval history. Of course, the sheer number of mysterious details of the disappearance gave rise to many theories, up to and including a giant octopus inhabiting the waters of the Bermuda Triangle and taking over the entire ship. This version is unlikely to have anything in common with the truth, but even 100 years later, the disappearance of the Cyclops ship is shrouded in mystery. The disappearance of a DC-3 passenger plane. Another mysterious occurrence often mentioned by proponents of mystical theories about the Bermuda Triangle. In the year 1948, the American passenger plane Douglas DC-3 was flying from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Miami, USA. There were 32 people on board, including crew members. The plane flew to its destination, but stopped communicating less than an hour later. No distress signals were given by the crew. There is a theory that the crew may have had problems determining their position during the flight, and as a result, the aircraft went off course, and after the fuel ran out, the crew was unable to make a successful landing on the water. Subsequently, there was scattered information about found parts of similar aircraft, but it was not possible to establish exactly that the findings belonged to the missing DC-3. One way or another, as of today, all the passengers and the plane itself are officially considered missing. The disappearance of a passenger plane Star Tiger. In the year 1948, another mysterious disappearance of a passenger plane occurred in the area of the Bermuda Triangle. This time it was a British airline. The plane called Star Tiger took off from Lisbon, Portugal, and was heading to Bermuda. There were 31 people on board. The first part of the flight was successful, and the crew made a stopover in the Azores in the Atlantic Ocean. The ship then sailed to its destination and disappeared just inside the Atlantic, which is attributed to the Bermuda Triangle. Immediately after the news of the disappearance, a search operation was organized. More than 20 military aircraft participated in the search, but no passengers or crew wreckage were found. The investigation conducted by British authorities concluded that the crew of the plane was very experienced, the craft itself was in good condition, and some minor malfunction could not have caused the crash. The final conclusion of the experts contained the following phrase: "What happened in this case will never be known, and the fate of Star Tiger will remain an unsolved mystery." To this day nothing is known about the fate of this plane. The disappearance of a cargo tanker. In the year 1963, an American freighter with 39 crew members sailed from a port in Texas to Florida. Along the way, the vessel was crossing the waters that are referred to as the Bermuda Triangle. 2 days of sailing passed quietly, and the crew relayed their coordinates. What happened next is not fully known. There is a theory that the ship sank in the Straits of Florida. However, after 20 days of searching, all that was found were a few pieces of wreckage and some salvage, but no trace of the ship or any of the crew. A subsequent investigation revealed major problems with the design and condition of the ship. The owners of the ship were officially found responsible for the incident. However, the fact that the lengthy search operation could not find any significant traces of the ship or any of the crew gives reason to supporters of the version of the Bermuda Triangle attribute this incident to the number of mysterious mysteries. The disappearance of 2 U.S. Navy ships. In the year 1941, a U.S. Navy vessel called the Proteus sailed from San Tomas Island in the Caribbean Sea to the west coast of the United States. Passing through the Bermuda Triangle, the ship with its 60 crew members and cargo disappeared without a trace. One would assume that a German submarine was to blame. However, there was no information about the location of German submarines in that region. But not only this makes the disappearance of the Proteus mysterious. A month later, a similar U.S. Navy ship, the Nereus, also disappeared under mysterious circumstances while sailing the same route. History repeated itself: 60 crew members, the ship itself, and the cargo had simply vanished. The disappearance of a huge tanker. In the year 1967, a cargo tanker called the Silvio Lassa disappeared without a trace in the Bermuda Triangle. The ship was of enormous size, nearly 200 meters long, and carried tons of cargo as well as 37 crew members. Although rescuers were able to find a lifeboat from the ship after it disappeared, none of the crew or the ship itself were found. The disappearance of Joshua Slocum. Joshua was a famous American traveler and navigator. It was he who made the first solo circumnavigation of the globe in history. Slocum was considered a very experienced navigator. In the year 1999, he sailed on a route from North America to South America and supposedly disappeared in the area of the Bermuda Triangle. No trace of the traveler or the yacht itself has been found. There have been suggestions that Slocum may have died of natural causes during the voyage, because the traveler was 65 years old at the time. It could also have collided with a large ship, whose crew simply might not have noticed Slocum's small boat. Anyway, supporters of the Bermuda Triangle theory consider this incident to be one of those that support the theory. However, mysterious disappearances occurred in the Bermuda Triangle even before the 20th century. In the year 1880, a British Royal Navy ship with a crew of almost 300 disappeared without a trace in the waters of the Atlantic Ocean. In England, the incident was discussed at length, but despite the search, it was impossible to find the ship or any of the crew. In the 19th century, the topic of the Bermuda Triangle anomalies was not yet so widely discussed as in the 20th century. The reason for this are dozens of cases of disappearing planes and ships without a trace. What could have caused this phenomenon? There are many mystical versions, ranging from a giant octopus to aliens in Atlantis at the bottom of the Bermuda Triangle. But despite the many mysterious and unexplained disappearances, the Bermuda Triangle is not recognized by official authorities as an anomalous zone of the Atlantic Ocean. There have been numerous scientific studies that have concluded that the number of accidents in the Bermuda Triangle does not exceed the average number of disasters in other parts of the ocean. Scientists tend to believe that the true cause of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is the climatic and natural features of the region, such as abrupt weather changes, a large number of cyclones and storms, as well as shoals and methane gas emissions from the ocean floor. In addition, this section of the Atlantic Ocean is heavily used by ships and aircraft. There are many ship and air routes from Europe to Latin America, from South America to North America, and vice versa. All this suggests that sooner or later all mysterious disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle will be solved. The group of researchers who discovered the possible wreckage of the disappeared Link 19 is also inclined to this version. One member of the search team stated that he would rather believe in fabulous creatures like the Tooth Fairy than in a paranormal explanation for the mysterious disappearance of planes in 1945. Be sure to share your opinion in the comments. Do you believe in a paranormal explanation for the Bermuda Triangle phenomenon, or do you think it's just fiction? Don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video, also subscribe to the channel, press the bell to always be aware of new videos, and of course, leave your comments under this video.